Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we are going to be, I don't really know what we're doing today, but we do got a lot of stuff to do. So I do have a couple clips of the Mustang. We took it to the track the other weekend and tried it out on some drag slicks and ended up having some issues where the slicks rubbed into the fender, or like the wheel well area. I didn't pound it in far enough, and on the big end of the track the tire actually grew enough to where it started rubbing on the wheel well. So I do have a couple clips and a couple passes of the car that I may throw in this video somewhere. Guys, so we're at the track. Had 2 hits in, third pass. Found a hole in one of the lines that go to the wastegate. Figured a little, it wasn't like through, so we ended up wrapping some electrical tape on it thick. He left at about 4,000 RPM, did a couple changes, yada yada. Lowered the tire pressure, and yeah, it looked like he got a little squirrely. And then lots of smoke, so I don't know what happened. What happened, Christine? Did you see the big puff of smoke when he was?
I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that.
Turns out the smoke was it was rubbing literally at the end of the track. Obviously the tire inflates with air, and yeah, it pretty much chewed the living crap out of the tire. Only on one side though, because there's a chunk of the inner wheel well that was sticking out. So I ended up pounding that back in, and then we put the radials back on, and it just blows it right down to strips. So if we need to go back to this old suspension settings that we had it at, I don't know, maybe he needs to lower, not stay on the brake so long. We will see what he has to say about it. Hey, Smokey Joe, sketchy. You gotta stop blowing tires off your car.
Yeah. What happened? They pedaling and it spun again, or?
Yeah. Well, it fucking blew the tires right off the line. So I don't know. You need to go back to 4,
Right.
or do you?
See, I sat on the brake a lot longer too.
Okay, right.
That's a variable that I haven't done.
So
Longer and it's
can you lower the?
I'm gonna have to lower the RPM some more.
Right, lower the RPM some more so you don't build any like as much boost.
Yeah.
And then.
Because I'm trying to practice bumping in and shit.
Yeah.
Get her dialed. Would you lower the tire pressure more
What?
too, or?
Try that first time today with the bumper, see how it goes.
It's way more aggressive here. Like, Matt was not kidding when he's like, you're gonna let go of that fucker. I almost did. It was like, oh, don't let go. But it was like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like, holy
Were you
shit.
standing on the brake too?
No, I gotta do that. we did get the bump box working on the Chev Stang and working good. So I actually tested it out at the track when I had the slicks on it, and it works really good. So I had a simple stage bump box in this car last year, and I removed it because I'm like, I don't really like the simple stage now that I have the Holly. I was just going to get a solid state relay, but I didn't have one in time to go to the track when we went. So I just threw the simple stage back in, and I don't know if it works or not. I try to adjust the settings on it for like how aggressive the bump is, and I don't know if my little circuit board is bad. So the simple stage is just kind of like this little deal right here, and you know, 1 is increase and 2 is decrease, or whatever, vice versa, to increase or decrease the bump, and then it's just this little deal right here, and then you just wire it in accordingly. It's fairly easy to wire. Also my dash, I tried to get the car to hook up at WR with the radial after we tried the slick, and it wheel hopped pretty good, and the track's just so bumpy that the dash actually came off of the mount that I have, so the dash is just kind of chilling down here. I got to remount it. Other than that, I did get it wired in, and I got it wired pretty slick. It's kind of funny, but so this is my trans brake, that engages the brake, and then this is my bump. And it's funny because Matt Happel, Sloppy Mechanics, I showed him a picture of it, and he's like, your hand is totally going to come off of that lever when you bump. Because when you bump, it's kind of aggressive, like bump, bump. And I just make sure if I have my foot on the brake to just be aware, you know, because I'm holding it with one hand typically, and then the other hand I have on my shifter. I'll just go wah, bop, 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 bump, 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 or whatever. Sometimes it only takes one bump if I'm under full power. If I'm not under full power, sometimes I got to hit it twice to get in the beams. So I think it's set up pretty well. Like I said, it's pretty much one bump will get me right into dual bulb if the car is under full power, which if it's not, I just tap it in if I don't want to sit on the brake for like a really long time. But it seemed to work pretty good, and the first pass when I bumped, my hand, like, it kind of did one of these maneuvers where like it startled me, but after that I kind of got it figured out to where I think I'll be good. If not, we will change to an actual button setup on the steering wheel. I just haven't. Using what I got, this is the only other button in the car that's left, because there's no original dash or anything in this car. So yeah. I also have a dyno tune coming today. It's another Mustang on Holly, so we may make another separate video doing that. This video is just gonna maybe try to catch you guys up to speed, show you those couple Mustang clips, and yeah, just I say this all the time, guys, I really do, but I want to get back to just making videos and talking to you guys and showing you kind of what I'm doing throughout the day, whether it's actually showing you what I'm doing or just telling you about it. I kind of really just want to get back to that. I don't know if you guys follow John Doc on YouTube at all, but he's kind of sort of the same style of me a little bit, where some of his videos are just talking and I still enjoy them. So I mean, I know some of you guys probably do still enjoy me just talking, and obviously there's going to be action, but there can't be action and stuff like that all the time, which I feel like lately I'm just like, if it's not like racing at the track or, you know, action, I don't really care to film it. And I've just been kind of in a weird headspace lately with just so much stuff going on in my life that it's just been like, I don't even care about filming, but I really want to get back to it. And I kind of want to get back to the old days where I filmed a video and talked about literally anything. So that's kind of what I like doing. In other news, I do have this S10 back in the shop. This guy, if you guys remember watching the videos doing this truck, it was it made good power on the dyno. Everything seemed to work okay, but the transmission was leaking a bunch, like out of the vent tube. So I don't know what the cause of the transmission issue was, but he actually got the transmission issue sorted out and swapped the truck over to a manual 5-speed NV3500 tranny, which is like a stock 4.3 transmission, and bolted it to the LS. And now the truck doesn't have any transmission issues, but it had a little bit of drivability stuff that we had to work out. So that's what we're doing on this thing. Just gonna kind of keep it for a week or two just to make sure that it's 100% for the guy. You know, put some street miles on it and just kind of work all the little bugs out of it. That's kind of the goal with this thing. I want to give it back 100%, which couldn't really do that before with the transmission that was in it because it had some quirks. I also did pick up this EK Civic. This is an EK Coupe, and it has an F20 in it with a B-Series transmission. I actually had these seats laying around. You guys probably know one of the last videos I was showing these seats. They're just like Bride. I think they're Lomaxes. I don't know exactly what Bride seat they are. Yeah, they're Bride Lomaxes. So I threw those in there and threw some wheels and tires off of another car that I had. And this thing needed some work when we bought it. The hood latch was all messed up, and like the bumper was all broken and shit. I think I threw it out now, but it is an F20B GSR tranny, and it's got like aluminum radiator, long tube header, all that kind of stuff. And like I said, it needed an alternator and a battery, so I replaced those things, and now it's been great. We tuned it on HTS. I think last week me and Trevor tuned it. It made like 203 horsepower to the wheels. So it's a fun little street ripper, pump gas deal. Probably just gonna sell it, just because I don't really know what I want to do with it. And I don't know if my heart's really in it. It's got like SI cluster and stuff like that. It's a pretty solid car. Selling that, probably, maybe not, I have no idea. This blue Civic that's in the shop right now is also a customer's that we are doing a bunch of work to, because he kind of dropped it off, just said, hey man, finish it. And it's a, I think it's a built GSR. I don't exactly know what's in the motor, but it does have like BWR top mount with a Precision 6262 Victor X manifold. It doesn't have injectors, distributor. Bunch of little odds and ends, random stuff, intercooler piping it didn't really have. Just like I said, some random stuff that we just got to kind of finish for it. So I'm still waiting on a couple parts for this car, and we will get to putting this thing together and getting it running and on the dyno. In the last like week, I think I bought a Mitsubishi Endeavor that it was like an SUV. Needed an alternator, put an alternator on it, and it had a broken exhaust at the motor. It was broken, so it was super loud. And then I fixed the exhaust on it and did all that to find out the motor had a lifter tick. So I sold it for just like barely any profit, but that thing's out of here. Obviously just like little odds and ends stuff that we've just been doing all the time. I picked up another car too. Like I said, I want to make more like videos almost every day kind of thing to get back to our normal routine that I used to have. I just haven't had it lately because there's just been a lot of stuff going on, and the OG Hunter Tune garage actually burned down. So we've been trying to deal with that, and we're rebuilding a new garage at the house. So that was just kind of a whole clusterfuck that screwed my last couple months. So anyways, the Trapper, my little auction truck here, is putting in work with my little trailer here. This is my Cutlass that I just bought. I got this car for 600 bucks. Can't really pass up a G-body with a motor and tranny in it for that kind of money. And it's got really clean interior. It's got a frozen up 305 Chevy in it with a 200 electric tranny. This will all just come right out of here. And I was thinking about building a little street car out of this thing. Like a LS with a 4L80 overdrive cruiser kind of car, because I had a Cutlass a while ago and I sold it because I just didn't really have the time then, which I don't have any more time now, but I just feel like I want to put a Cutlass together because I miss my Regal. And yeah, in other news, obviously, because I had my injector machine over at my dad's house, and the injector machine obviously was in the garage, so the whole garage is kind of a loss. I mean, it's really kind of a shitty deal. I actually had a couple clips of, the cleanup process and everything like that, and they're all on my iPhone, and I can't get them from my iPhone can't get them from my phone to my computer or edit the video on my phone. It just doesn't seem to work. I tried a bunch of different apps. I actually paid for a couple different video editing apps, and they all just like don't work. They take like 3 years to upload a file to the software. It's just like not worth it to me. It just sucks. But anyways, we are rebuilding at the house, and you know, obviously I had a white EG hatch. I think, I don't know if you guys saw that at all. I had a white EG hatch that was sitting next to the garage, and that was burnt to a crisp. The car is a complete loss. I didn't have insurance on it, just because it was just kind of a parts car for now, and I wasn't really driving it, so I didn't have insurance on it. So that car is completely gone. I got a couple bucks for the motor that was in it, but other than that, none of that shit's savable. I had like totes and totes of storage of Honda parts and stuff in that garage, and it's all gone. So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do, really? I mean, it just kind of sucks, I guess. We have, Trevor's been helping me here at the shop quite a bit lately, and we've been organizing and trying to, like, you know, consolidate a lot of the stuff that I do have. So we like organized the little upstairs area at the shop, and we have like a shelf up there with, you know, just some random parts, and we're trying to organize stuff. I have like piles of intercoolers and turbo parts and this and that, AN hose, you know, just kind of all organized, trying to just, you know, clean stuff up a little bit. And then obviously we have like, I don't know, we've been doing just some organizing stuff here at the shop. Doesn't really seem like it probably, but it's, I don't know, coming along, I guess. But yeah, anyway, so the injector machine, this is my new one. So I had a homemade rig that I actually bought from A21 Bravo, and I flowed hundreds of injectors with that machine, and it worked awesome. It was homemade. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually buy an injector machine and see what, you know, what's up with it. So, I'm just gonna buy an injector machine, so I figured I'd just try this one out. It's an Tool. It's like one of the cheaper ones on eBay, and it works well, but we have some stuff with Hunter Tuned that we may be doing on the website. So I've been talking to a local company about getting some hats made, maybe some face masks, obviously t-shirts. I want to get some more t-shirts for you guys, and like obviously we always have the stickers and stuff. I got some more banners down here. We're gonna kind of make this like our shipping area in the shop. So like this bench and stuff, we're obviously gonna clean up. This bench, the injector machine, will make some shelving for like shipping stuff. Currently I just have like, you know, injectors just kind of waiting to get sold or whatever. These are just like the decap stuff. But we are trying to work out some stuff with actually making custom injectors brand new. So these are what they look like. They're a Hunter Tuned 550cc. I have thousands and 1500s, and they come in different lengths, different sizes, you know, depending on your application kind of thing. Yeah, so we're trying to work this out, but I've been trying to test these injectors over the last like month or so, and I've been getting them dialed in pretty well, and they work good. But the tester doesn't seem to operate at higher pressure, which I need to be able to test these injectors at high pressure, because it may work good at 40 or 50 PSI, but if it doesn't work at 60 to 70 to 80 PSI, I don't know if I'd really want to sell them to somebody that is putting them in a high boost application. So like the Mustang runs 60 pounds of base pressure and 27 pounds of boost. So once it makes that kind of boost, you can add 1 pound of boost for 1 pound of fuel pressure. The injectors are going to have 87 PSI of fuel pressure behind them. And if the injector doesn't work well at that high of fuel pressure, I'd either have to at least let people know or try to do some more stuff with the injectors to get them to work right. So that's just kind of been like another you know, thing that we're doing. Obviously this tester seems to work good, but it doesn't seem to have enough power supply to do larger injectors. So it does decaps very well, and it does like 550s, 850s. Once you start getting into the thousands and 1500s and 2200s, this injector machine can't really keep up. If you do like more than 1 or 2 injectors at a time, the fuel pressure kind of tanks. It only runs like a 40 PSI pressure normally when you have normal size injectors in it, but after you run a large injector on it, then the fuel pressure tanks down to like 20 PSI. So what I did is I took the back of the injector machine apart, and I installed a Walbro 525 fuel pump in it, which is probably a little overkill, but I just wanted to try it, and it did the same thing. So I took the fuel pump and I powered it direct to a battery instead of getting the power supply from the machine. And then I could get the pressure upwards of 80 PSI. But the voltage to the injector plugs that actually get plugged into the machine, I think is also lacking, because the machine will like kick out and stuff. Like you'll turn it on, it'll do some cycles, whatever, and it'll kind of just like glitch. It'll have a bunch of glitches in it. So like it'll kick on and off, or it'll kick, you know, it just won't work right when you put large injectors in it. So I think the power supply for this machine is a little bit lacking, and I don't really know what to do to up it. I gotta up the voltage somehow, because if I had this at 80 PSI of fuel pressure and the injectors running off of the machine, they wouldn't work at all. But if I took battery power right to the injector, it would open. So that's why I think it's a voltage issue with the machine. And like I said, at lower pressure, the injector doesn't really have to work as hard, and it doesn't need as much voltage to open. But yeah, so that's just kind of the thing. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it working better. But like I said, for the time being, it does pretty much 1000 cc and smaller injectors just fine. But you know, obviously I'm trying to sell larger injectors because we've been doing the decap stuff for a couple of years now, and it's been working out really well. And everything's just going awesome with that stuff. I want to expand, I want to do more, and I want to help you guys out with even more injectors and more products to come out. So some more stuff that I actually just got back from a place. I went to a guy's house, bought a Civic from him, and obviously, like, I've been posting on Facebook quite a bit lately, like, hey, let me buy your unwanted cars, fix them up, and then resell them. So that's kind of what I've been doing a little bit of, you know, just kind of here and there kind of thing, just like as a little, you know, obviously I like to have as many like outlets to make money as possible. So like, obviously we're trying to do some more stuff with the website. I'm trying to do, you know, obviously we do the dyno tuning, and if we can sell a couple cars here and there too, it's just like a couple of ways to make money, so I'm not just stuck on one way to make money. It's not smart business to be able to upkeep a shop and stuff like that if you only have, like, if this, all I did was just dyno tuning, it wouldn't, you know, it'd be a little bit tougher to pay the bills kind of thing. But yeah, so we just bought this thing. It's a Civic HX, so it's like a, you know, the economy Civic, and it has the D16 Y5, and they also love their Yorkie. It's definitely a little bit clapped out. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously. The rear brake is locked up, and it's kind of dirty. It's got shit kind of everywhere. So we're probably just going to clean this thing up, fix the brakes on it, maybe give it a spray paint job, I don't know, and then get rid of it. So obviously we like working on Civics, and I love helping people out with them, but I sold Barney, if you guys don't know. Trevor's fucking being a creep right now. And I personally just like focusing on some of the other stuff. The Civic stuff I like, you know, here and there, it comes and goes. But the Mustang is the car I've had the longest out of any car I've ever owned. So maybe that just shows like I appreciate it more and I like it more. I don't know. But obviously Hondas ain't going nowhere. Wow, nice shirt.
Hey, thanks.
What's it say on the back? There's some boost in this house. That was just kind of like a funny idea me and Trevor had one of the days, and my buddy actually has a t-shirt little machine, and he printed these shirts like real quick for us just to kind of laugh at, and it's Trevor's work shirt, I guess. We put a sick 8-inch tip on my diesel. That thing is just a fucking massive thing.
Sounds like WAP.
Yeah, it sounds like WAP. There's some boost in this house. Yeah. This DA is going to be getting the motor done here very soon. We'll probably actually have the motor done like tomorrow for it. We actually got it back from the machine shop. If you guys have been watching the the last couple videos on the DA, we had some oil pressure issues with it, and it just wasn't happy. So we had a plugged up pickup tube and a couple scuffed up bearings. So we had taken the block, the crank, and the head to the machine shop, got all surfaces cleaned up. The crank got polished and chamfered, and we just trucked it together with some new bearings, ACL oil pump. And she's looking snazzy, guys. We got it all, the bottom end all assembled. We were waiting on an oil pan gasket, but we got that today, which is the Stiff Felpro OS 30630, which is the reusable oil pan gasket. It's got the metal liner in it, so you can actually torque the bolts down without having the gasket squish out on you. Another thing too, I kind of wanted to show you, the car's not here right now, but I actually picked up my girlfriend a 2014 Ford Fusion. It's got the EcoBoost 1.6 liter in it and a six-speed manual transmission. So we got that car for a pretty good deal. It's a very, very nice car. It's probably the nicest car we've ever had. And we sold the Subaru a while ago, and I got her a Volkswagen Jetta TDI. Super nice car, super fuel efficient, everything like that. And it also got ruined in the fire. So the insurance kind of screwed us on a lot of that stuff, and we just kind of had to work towards getting a new car, and we did. So very happy with that. We'll probably show you guys that car soon, as it is something that is probably one of the nicest things we've ever had. So it's cool. May show you that soon. Here comes Trevor with that fucking car we just bought. The back brake's locked up. He's trying to free the tire up right now because the brake's locked up. Oh, she's a hooner. She's a hooner. Wow, that tire is locked up, dude. That thing's dope. That fucker won't even budge, dude. Wow. But it came with all the brake parts to fix it.
We got a real drive Honda.
Yeah, no shit.
Drift missile.
Dude, look at that steering wheel cover.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. What a fucking trapper this thing is.
Oh, yeah.
But look at them quarters. Them quarters are clean.
Crispy.
We've got to move some stuff to be able to get this thing in the shop. It's got good tires on it. It's got mint-ass headlights. Nice grill.
Those are daisies.
Yeah, these are nice. That's a nice grill.
That is a nice grill.
Yeah. That was a TSX on the highway. Oh. Damn, this thing is flossing. You made it cry.
Oh, by the way.
You made it cry, Trevor.
Hey. Fucking paint job.
Is that all dirt?
Yeah.
Oh
all
my.
on the roof, all on the trunk.
It's just dirty as shit.
Yeah. A lot of degrees.
So we might just be able to clean this thing.
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't want to be cleaned, all right? Trevor spit on the hood.
Stop. Shut up!
Ooh, diesel.
Wow, dude, these quarters are crispy.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Honda with clean quarters like this.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. Pull these off. This is why they rust.
Because all the shit sits in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this. You like that sticker? Hey, at least we got AAA.
Oh, really? That's nice. Yeah, no, look at this.
Wow, that's just a lot of dirt.
Yep.
I thought the paint was fucked.
Nah, it should clean up nice.
Anybody got some 50/50 taillights?
Pretty sure I do at my house. Yeah. Unless I gave them away, but I'm pretty sure I do.
We actually had the whiteboard inside the trailer full of data. So like I would write down what I launched the car at, how much boost it made, what the shock settings were, and all that. But I feel like I can't ever get the car to be consistent because I always am changing the rear shock settings, and I just wish I had something more simple. Like honestly, like a stock shock, so I can just worry about all the other stuff with like getting the car to leave with the tune instead of suspension, because I can get the car to leave a lot better just tuning it than I can messing with shock settings. Because I had the car leave good one time at WIR and it launched good, but once it got out, probably like 300 to 400 feet, it started barking the tires. Like it hit a bump in the track and it was like, wah, wah, wah. So it was kind of sketchy, and I think it's because maybe I had the settings too stiff. They're a double adjustable, which also kind of screws with me a little bit, and I can't ever get them to, I don't know what the car needs to do. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert with shock settings, and I don't really know how to tune shocks that well. I know a single adjustable is a lot easier for me, and I put double adjustables in the car. And when I went the best 60 foot it ever went, I actually didn't even write the settings down. So that's just kind of a shitty thing I'm getting better at lately, is just kind of remembering data, writing data down. That's just kind of a thing that you got to do if you're trying to go fast and improve the car. So honestly, I kind of wish this car had a single adjustable rear shock, just so it was a little easier for me to be like, okay, it was too stiff or it was too loose. Plain and simple. Not how much rebound did it have, how much compression does it need. I don't know a lot of that stuff. Obviously I have a set of front single adjustable strange shocks in the front, and they seem to work out pretty good, and it's a lot easier for me to tune them, and I can see what the car does reacting wise when I have the single adjustable, because I can see if it comes up too fast I can tighten it, if I want it to come up faster I can loosen it, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but anyways, here's some clips of the Mustang going down the track with the slicks, bumping in, actually cutting a light. It was a fun time, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. This video is probably gonna be a little long, but we'll see what kind of support the video gets. If you guys like the video, it'll definitely help me kind of just get back in the groove of things and start filming more. Like I said, trying to get my head clear lately, and it's been tough, but we're gonna try to get back to the videos. Oh, you gotta back it up. Okay, that's probably too far. Okay. Yeah, probably. All right, that's good. Anyways, give the video a like, show your support, and we'll make more videos.